everybody? Old School NYC Gamer here once again. Happy 2015, everybody. And what a year it has been for the channel when it came to 2014. Quite a bit has happened, mostly good stuff, and I'm really appreciative of a lot of you who have still stuck around and checked out the channel. To all my new subscribers who are still checking out the channel for the first time, as always, thank you for checking out the channel and subscribing. And to all my longtime subscribers, and a lot of you I do know personally, thank you for still checking out the content. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the channel and just what's going on, what's going to be going on with the channel itself, stuff with the game room. It's nothing majorly too drastic, but I have been taking some time to think about what I want to do with my collections. Certain stuff I want to keep, some stuff I might possibly want to get rid of. We'll start off with that. Now, when it comes to the collections, and a lot of people will just get tons of stuff just to upload videos on for their social networking sites. Now, of course, I was one of those people when I started this channel 4 years ago. I would just get everything retro, anything Atari, NES, anything. But I kind of had to take a step back because in my case, I don't necessarily have a lot of room for this stuff, nor can I really put it anywhere else. So, a lot of me was thinking, even when I first got games when I was a kid, believe it or not, I actually only wanted to get games I wanted to play. Of course, back then when you're, 6, 7 years old, you just want to get those games and keep playing them to death. As you get a little older, and especially if your income is a little better, you'll just want to get any game you want. And if, of course, you're a diehard collector, like some people out there are, they'll just grab everything. But me personally, I just want to get games that I want to play or have some kind of, memory with. Even though some games I've heard about, some amazing games out there for so many consoles that I do want to check out. And this goes back to the cost thing. This is where emulation sometimes is not a bad thing to have, especially if you could, get a flash card, for the NES or for the Atari, things like that. And excuse me. So, thinking about it, last check I have over 1,500 games, physical copies of games that I have, and it's mind-boggling. Mind you, before I did the when I started getting rid of some of my stuff, at one point I think I had over 2,300. So yeah, it's kind of hard. Like I said, when I want to get specific games, I know it's a game I really want to play. But if it's something really super stupid rare, like, even, I can't say Tumba was a rare game, but for $1, I couldn't say no to something like that. If I see a deal, I know I could flip it for something that I want, as long as, I get it for a fair price, or I could, get rid of it for a fair price or a fair trade, I'm going to do it. I wouldn't consider that reselling. Some people might, some people might not. But really, that's kind of where it's going. I might... Dude, I'm honestly just looking around at some of the game room here, and I can maybe say there might be one more liquidation, maybe two. I'm not sure which for which system yet, because some of the newer gen stuff is easier to get, whereas for me the more retro stuff is a lot harder. Especially now, living in New York City, it is quite a pain in the butt to get a specific game at a good price, because everybody thinks now that Nintendo, even the most crappiest games, are worth $10 and up, and that's just a whole other thing within itself. Looking at the game room, like I said, as I was saying before with the game room, looking at it, there's quite a few loose carts that I actually want to get boxed. Now, thanks to Video Games New York, they actually do have universal game cases. And I'm going to start buying quite a bit of those, just specifically for games that I want to get, boxed. Like, for example, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, I want to have that in a box. Mega Man, I want that in a box. Contra. Even my most rarest Atari 2600 game, Glacier Patrol, which is a horrible game, but it's good to have it. like I said, there's quite a few games I want to get boxed. Even the Vectrex, which I have, I believe, 23 to 24 of those games. I don't have the 100% full set. It is really hard to get every single one of those things boxed and complete. It's very, very hard to do. But, just having them, in a nice, safe environment, dust-free, and for display isn't a bad thing. So, hopefully I can get that done. When it comes to goals, I don't really have any major serious goals I would have this year. If something falls in my lap, no pun intended, I'll grab it. But if there is a really good deal and I can get it and I can't afford it, I would love to get an Amiga 500. I've talked about this many a time on my channel. F-18 Interceptor was that one game for me when I used to play it at a friend's house a couple blocks from my house. This is back in the early 90s, actually, even though the Amiga came out in the late 80s. The Amiga 500, like I said, when that came out, I would go there almost every other day just to play that game. And he had the flight stick, he had the little overlay for the keyboard, because there's so many functions for that specific game. But there's quite a few Amiga games out there that are really, really awesome. Of course, now the thing is, with a lot of the floppies, a lot of them are corrupted, they don't work. But if you know how to mod the Amiga 500 correctly with I believe a compact flash hard drive installed in it, if you know how to do that, you can basically play every compatible Amiga 500 game, no problem. That's one of the things I would love to get. Even a Atari 600 XL or 800 XL, if I could get my hands on that, because just for the sleek design, it's a little smaller compared to my Atari 400 computer. I would love to get that at a good price, of course. And and even one of these days, I would love to get a Famicom, an original Nintendo Famicom, not a clone system because I have a couple of those already, but a Nintendo Famicom would be good for a good price. And besides even to use it, I want to use it for also a display purpose for the game room. That's about it, people. As always, I said before, look for tons of more content. I still have stuff from Classic Gaming Expo 2014 that I will be slowly uploading. There is another event, I believe. I believe it's on January 27th at the Beacon Theater. Video Games Live. That's Tommy Tallarico, who has done tons of video game music. If I have not, and I do apologize if I haven't put that video up, but if I have, I will leave the link to his panel down below if it's there. If not, I definitely will upload it before the event. But it's over at the Beacon Theater in New York City, in Manhattan specifically. If you want to check out more information on that, I will leave that link down at the bottom as well. And that's the only one other major event I believe is coming up. I know NAVA's coming up at the end of this month. I haven't been there in a few months, honestly, due to work and bills, rent, and everything else. Family life is more important than everything else, so I take priority in that. And hopefully I can make this month's NAVA for sure. And that's about it, everybody. Nothing really off the top of my head I could really mutter, blather, or anything like that. But feel free to check out some of the links down at the bottom there if you're interested in any more information. And you can check me out on Facebook and Twitter. And that's it. Have a good night, everybody. Have a great 2015, and keep it on. Just keep going what you got to do. Hope you guys and gals out there find your games, your consoles, everything else. Whatever makes you happy, really, in life, I say go for it. Take care, everybody. Cheers.